Folklore, unexplained mysteries, paranormal events. This is Supernatural Charlotte. Furniture moves, doors slam shut and lock from the inside. Water faucets turn on in the middle of the night. These are a few of the manifestations of the mischievous ghost of the Bootlegger House, one of the most haunted structures in uptown Charlotte's historic 4th Ward. Why it's called the Bootlegger House and whose spirit remains.
The Bootlegger House, which is now located on the corner of 7th and Poplar Street, just out of uptown Charlotte, actually used to be located on Caldwell Street. It was originally in an area called Brooklyn, and it was primarily a blue-collar, mostly African-American neighborhood. In the 1970s, the city purchased that land and started tearing down the houses there to make way for the government center, which stands there today. And a man by the name of Michael Trent saved the Bootlegger House by buying it for $50. He had it moved through the city, through Tryon Street to where it stands now. Now, the Bootlegger House is said to be haunted by its original owner.
The Bootlegger House is probably the most famous residential haunted location in Charlotte. The current owner has been there a pretty significant time, and he's forthright with the current stories.
We've been here 22 years. We bought it in March of 1999, and at the closing table, the owners slid the keys across the table and said, by the way, there's a mischievous spirit in the house.
Now, during the 1920s, this house actually served as an area for bootleggers to hide their liquor, hence the name, the Bootlegger House. Charlotte, like many other cities at that time, was affected by Prohibition and had their share of people who would make and sell illicit alcohol. Charlotte, even today, has a series of underground tunnels that once served us during its gold rush, during the mining days, and the bootleggers often used those tunnels to transport their liquor that they made and sold.
Charlotte was a main hub for bootlegging during the Prohibition. That's actually how NASCAR got its start, from people souping up their cars to outrun the cops and things like that.
There's a door underneath the stairs that's part of the wainscoting, but it's a little secret door. There was a table in front of that, and I guess that's where the inventory was stored. Typically, when we do a renovation or paint, move furniture, it seems to stir the energy up, and things will be more likely to fall down or fall off a counter or go missing. And one morning we came down and there was a chair balanced on 2 legs. One time I thought I saw somebody out of the corner of my eye in the den and called for anybody, no answer. And finally I said, okay, who are you? And at that time a pot fell off the pot rack. And then we got locked out of the downstairs bathroom. And the locks are such that you cannot lock them and lock the door. And so somehow it got locked, and we called the locksmith and he said, well, that lock can't be opened with a key. And after that we were gonna break in through the window. And as soon as that came to be, the door was automatically opened.
There have been reports of ghosts that leave water behind them. And in some cases, there seems to be physical water. In other cases, the person seeing the apparition might see water, but then when they go to the spot where they've seen it, it's still dry. Certainly, water is associated with paranormal activity. And in fact, one of the interesting things about the correlation between water and paranormal activity is, as we know, water conducts energy. And so large bodies of water, lakes, oceans, rivers, running water especially, are often said to be sites of heightened paranormal activity.
We woke up one morning and there were wet footprints on the stairway. I said, did you take a shower this morning? No. Okay, well, this is very odd. And then the water would come on at 3 o'clock in the morning, various locations throughout the house, the bathroom sink or the kitchen sink. And I'd have to get up and turn the water off in the middle of the night. Water is a theme, and a lot of things happen with the water here. But there's a spring that runs under 7th Street that pops up in the middle of the street sometimes, and they have to pave back over it.
The current ghost is supposed to be one of the old owners, but I feel like if they didn't have any paranormal activity at the old location and they do now, then it may be more something that has to do with the location in 4th Ward.
Is there anything you'd like to add about the house or any of the experiences you've had?
They've all been just somewhat explainable, but we love living here. We love the house, and I think whatever the energy is or whoever it is happy that we're here.
Although the house is named for liquor, the spirit inside seems more compelled by water. Are the unexplained watery antics those of a paranormal prankster? Or is their ghostly energy part of the land itself, conducted by water from subterranean streams beneath the bootlegger house? It remains one of the mysteries of Supernatural Charlotte. Don't miss new episodes of Nancy Drew, Fridays at 9 on WCCB, Charlotte's CW.